I use the information on the mezzanine system that is run by the government.
Ask a direct question, Collins.
Yes, sir.
Collins, please.
Yes.
He has documents to show that he delivered to National Cereals and Produce Board 69,670. Do you have documents to show that 600 bags of that delivery was recalled? It's a yes or no question.
Yes, I have.
Where are they? Are they attached here?
No, they are in the office, and some was sent via WhatsApp by him. So he sends me the dispatch information, Senator.
That's my question.
Yeah.
Senator Mandago reacted over proportionally to what I did. And Chair, I wanted to be put on record that Senator Mandago sat in this committee without having declared his conflict of interest. I want that noted. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, na hiyo ndio niligusa Senator Kiroshe juu ya ile kampuni nyingine akawa yeye mwenyewe alitoroka na kuna watu walisema hivyo. Nikimaliza sia person ya mwisho Senator
Mudige, I have not given just wait. Listen. You know, we have to be orderly.
By the way, Chair, without wanting to interrupt my colleague, can the MD confirm that that meeting that was held in the office of the President and chaired by none other than Head of Public Service that indeed attended?
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, members. I wish to confirm as follows that I was called for a meeting by the Head of Public Service. It was a meeting between MD KEBS, MD NCPB, the PS Trade and PS Agriculture. And we were meant to go and brief the Head of Public Service on what was happening about this fertilizer. But when we went there, I first met in the boardroom my PS Industry, the PS Agriculture, and the MD NCPB. And as we were waiting to meet the convener of the meeting, that is when the MD NCPB said that he has some people waiting to see the PS Agriculture. And that is when the two gentlemen, for the first time, I met him, the MD Kel Chemicals, and Ngetich Mems. For the first time, that's where I met them. And he started giving us the story about this fertilizer. And he confessed that he changed the formulation of the NPK and added some manure, one container, which he claimed he had brought from India, added into the NPK. All that was happening in the absence of the person who had...
You have to stop this one there. This committee should do better. Two private companies, heads of two private companies, they go to meet the PS for Agriculture, not in the Ministry of Agriculture, but in the ministry, in the office of the President. They walk in to strangers, because she's saying she never knew them. They walk into strangers, and all they begin saying, the MD for KEL starts talking to strangers and telling them, you know, I have done some strange business. I have brought in fake fertilizer. I have supplied. Come on, what are you taking us for? A person that you are meeting at the first time, without provocation, starts talking to you people about a fake business that he's doing. For what? Can you also confirm that it is after that meeting that he was arrested?
Can
you
Chair,
confirm that is after
yes, that is what I want to confirm. Chair, I want to confirm that this meeting, we didn't expect any other person in the meeting, but the MD, NCPB brought the two.
Who was the convener?
Left them at the
MD.
waiting room. The convener was Head of Public Service.
So
and when he brought them into the meeting, the head of public service was not in the meeting. And I will also confirm that when the head of public service walked into the meeting, the first thing he asked, who are the two strangers in this meeting?
Okay, can you confirm that, MD Kel?
Yeah, he said, who are those two?
Yes? Speak up.
Yes.
So you are confirm what she's saying is what happened?
Yeah, they said, who are those two?
I'm the sole director. The other director passed on last year. So I'm the sole director of the company. So the tender was advertised in December. I think there was an addendum that extended it to 15th of December, so it was closed on 15th of December. I bidded for, I think, 6 products. I got award for 3 products. SSP.
When was the award?
It's in my phone, unless I refer for the exact dates. I have the scanned copy of the documents on my phone. Okay. For the 3 products, yeah? Is it okay if I refer?
You can refer,
okay,
no problem.
Please.
Chairman.
Yes?
Just a minute before you proceed. My name is Moses Kurgat. I'm the lead counsel for the company. Would have wished to lay the foundation for the presentation of the director of the company.
We can't hear you. Counsel.
Oh, sorry.
Counsel, be loud.
It's just that the microphone was facing the other direction. Sorry. Yeah, I was saying that my name is Moses Kurgat. I'm the legal counsel for the company, together with Mr. Ongeri and Mr. Orenge. We wish to lay the foundation of the documents that our client is going to rely on. We have...
Counsel, if you allow.
Yes.
You know, I am engaging the director, and he didn't say he has a problem to produce the document, and we allowed him to refer. Remember, he is the only one under oath.
What we are saying is...
So if you allow, can you allow him to finish? If he has any problem, then you can maybe consult. We have no problem with that.
We had submitted the document, so I thought maybe it is easier for you
Counsel,
to look at them.
This is not an argument. I have said we have seen the submission. The director for MEMS is here. That's the person, and you are, as a lead counsel, we don't have any problem in consultation, and he said he can refer.
Thank you.
So for the purpose of time, let him just proceed. If he has any difficulty, he can always consult you.
Okay, the first product is SSP, which was on 15th of December, 2023. The second product is urea, which was on 15th of December as well, 2023. And the third product is Kel Green, which was on 18th of January, 2023. I got another award letter for Kel Green after completing the first one on 7th of March, 2024.
On the second one,
yes.
Was there any tendering process, or it was just a variation?
No, I had already tendered for that product.
So they gave you in bids. They awarded in bids.
Which one, for urea?
No, for Kel Green. You said the first award.
Yeah, Kel Green has 2 award letters. It was the first batch and then the second batch.
Okay, the first was in 18 January. The other one was on when?
The second one was on March 7th.
7th March.
2024, yes.
Okay. You can proceed.
So, what was the other question?
No, I just want to know the chronology of events.
Okay.
You have given the days that you received the tender of awards.
Okay.
The letter of award.
Yes.
For the consignment that you got.
Yes.
And the tender that you participated in, you said it was in November 2023.
Closed in December 15th, I think, yeah.
Closing in December
15th.
15th.
Yes.
Then you got the letter once. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you can proceed. Then, you know, there is the award. After award, You are required to take the performance bond. When did you take the 10% performance bond?
For there's only one product that needed a performance bond,
Yes.
which is urea.
Yes.
But we wrote to the board. We told them we don't need a performance bond. We will supply and deliver the product with our cost with our own resources.
Okay.
Because we have done business with them, and the previous arrangement was on consignment, so we wanted to supply with our own resources as well. Because the LC cost will have been substantial on our side, so we decided to. It is much cheaper if we supply with our own costs.
So on this product about Kel Green,
yes,
which was awarded on 18th January.
Yes.
So there was no requirement for a performance bond.
No, the other products did not require any performance bonds. All of them are on consignment. So all our products are currently on consignment.
Okay.
We supply, deliver. When the government sells is when they pay us.
Okay, so after that, after getting the letter of award, there was the contract.
Yes.
When was that? Whilst you on the performance bond through
Yes.
the chair, for clarity,
yes,
whose interest is a performance bond? The legal counsel wants to hear what I'm asking his client. Whose interest is the performance bond supposed to take care of? The interest of the supplier or the person making the requisition?
It is the person making the requisition. I actually gave them a performer.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I ask that question because
yes,
you saying it's a normal business practice.
Yes.
For a person to approach a receiver of goods and tell them, I am okay. You don't need to ask me for a performance bond. I have money. I will supply. Just waive this performance bond. Is that normal business practice?
No, that's not the case, Senator. Okay. It is because the LC processing was going to take time, and since we experienced in importing, we know we offered to assist also on our side because we have the resources to import, and we've been importing and supplying them on consignment. So the LC was basically the government giving us the money and holding it in lien, so that we bring the product using the LC, but we did not want to use it. I gave them a performance bond, but we later they rejected it.
Have you attached a copy of that performance bond here?
No, I recalled it back, and they gave me the original. I returned it to the source of the performance bond.
Before performance?
Yes.
Performance board is supposed to be a performance to bind you to perform.
Yes.
So before you performed, you recalled it.
Yes.
And they gave it back to you.
And this is for urea only, yeah? Not any...
No, thank you. I'm asking,
yes.
You recalled it before you performed?
No, I recalled it because we needed to do... We offered to deliver the goods at our cost. We did not want a letter of
performance bond, I don't know whether we are understanding it, a performance bond is supposed to be a security to the procuring entity that you indeed will be able to deliver the goods as prescribed in the right quantity and quality within the time frame prescribed.
Yes.
So what you're telling this Honorable House is that you went ahead and recalled the performance board because you deliver it at your cost.
Yeah, we requested them that instead of them giving us an LC, which will have been expensive, we requested them that we use Mr. Collins,
yes, sir. Natish.
Yes, sir.
The procuring entity does not provide an LC. An LC is provided by the bank to secure you to be able to procure.
Yes, sir.
And then you pay when you're paid, either back to back or depending on the arrangements. Yes. A performance board is supposed to serve a totally different interest.
Yes.
So that copy that you recalled,
yes,
did you maintain a copy? And if you did, from which bank was it?
I took it from a microfinance called Swift Capital, and I think I have a copy of it in my...
How much was it worth?
It was worth 250 million shillings.
250 million shillings?
Yes.
Then you walked back to the bank and said, hey, take this paper worth 250 million, I don't need it.
Yes,
Is that what you're trying to tell this committee?
Yes, I wrote back to the CEO.
Do you have a copy of the letter that you wrote to the CEO?
Yes, I have.
Have you attached it here?
I haven't attached it.
Okay.
Because the reason I haven't attached it is because your request said No, on number 3, it said contract awarded to your company, including copies of contracts, volumes, and for the volume and the value of contracts and volumes delivered. So I gave you documents for what I have delivered, not what I have not delivered.
Chair, there's a reason why I was asking about the performance bond issue.
Yes.
So it's a requirement for
Yes,
urea.
sir. Yes, sir.
It's a requirement.
Yes.
And what you're telling us is you end an arrangement with the receiver of your goods that can be waived.
No.
That requirement can be waived because you have money, you can do this thing.
No.
So the question that I'm asking you is, would you consider yourself to have received preferential treatment?
No. It is because...
But before I ask the question, you want to answer. But that's okay, let's listen.
Sorry. It is because, like, for the LC, it will have costed, like the processing fees alone is around 200, not less than 200 million. And you see, for this case, we are offering to assist the government and supply the goods because we have been doing it. No, since it is actually, it is because we have the stocks in Mombasa. So we don't need an LC for that specific consignment.
Collins, wait a minute. You know, I want us to be systematic.
Yes, sir.
Was it a requirement in the tender requiring that there must be a performance bond, which the value was supposed to be about 10% of the goods supplied?
Yes, that was the requirement.
The only thing that you can change a tender document is via an addendum. Was there any addendum which was issued by NCPB?
No, I just wrote them an email. I wrote a letter to them requesting that I do the urea on consignment as well, instead of using LC.
Okay.
But also to clarify, Mr. Chair, there are other products that they had advertised to be done on LC as well, which is sulfate of ammonia, which they also cancelled because they could not give LCs.
We reach there.
Yes.
I will reach there.
Okay.
So, was your performance bond which you cancelled, was it cash covered?
Yes, it was partly cash covered, and I secured an asset as well.
So basically, what you did is the money was committed, your capital was committed in the performance board. You decided you need this money, so you took in fact, it's an irregularity.
Okay.
You went and removed the performance bond.
Yes.
Take it to the bank. The reason why you gave the performance bond is because you could have failed in the tendering process without the performance bond. But for that, because you have now gotten the performance bond, and you know very well it could have affected your contract and the rest, you had an arrangement, plugged the performance bond document, took it to the bank, then you gotten your money back. But my question will be, because this performance bond was supposed to cover the exposure from the NCPB, in case you don't deliver the fertilizer, what then was the insurance? What covered the NCPB, just in case of anything? Because, Mr. Collins, it's not your duty, first of all. It's not your duty, or it's not the NCPB duty, to expose themselves to the risks which has been there in the tender document. First of all, it was there in the tender document. There was a requirement. And one of the reasons that some of the people didn't tender in that is because they couldn't afford the performance bond. By then giving you an opportunity to issue a performance bond and cancel it, it was a preferential treatment, because the people who never tendered, they never tendered because it was difficult to do that. But that's not the bone of contention. I wanted in this, that was on urea issue.
Yes, sir.
Which you supplied. The issue...
I haven't supplied yet.
You have not supplied yet?
I haven't supplied, yes.
But you have already withdrawn the performance bond?
But we have the consignment in Mombasa.
No, that's not the question.
Yes.
You have not supplied, but you have already withdrawn the performance bond.
Yes, it is because an LC works for someone who is importing other than someone who has stocks in the country. It is more costlier to cash an LC if you have goods in Kenya. So as we already have the consignment in Kenya.
That's why we are saying the whole arrangement was to save you some cost. Because performance bond, after delivering what was you were supposed to deliver, then you could have still cashed your performance bond at a later date after fulfilling the contractual mandate. That's the point. But now it was cancelled so that they can save you from this cost of having a cash-covered performance bond. Then because you want the consignment in Mombasa, that exposing the public and SPB from any eventuality that came along. But another question I was asking, now, on the tender of which you at Kel Green are
yes, for 10-20
together,
yes.
Was there any requirement of the performance bond?
No, there was no requirement of the performance
Even
bond.
from the inception, from the time of tendering, there was no requirement?
Yes, I don't think it needed a performance bond.
Mr. Ngetich,
yes.
You did the tender document
yes.
to the NCPB.
Yes.
Things like billboard, yes. Performance, you know they are mandatory requirements.
Yes.
You don't get it, you are out of the tendering process. That's why it's very important. And I'm asking this because, you know, also under oath, you have
yes.
to be frank.
Yes.
Was there any requirement of a performance bond in the tender for this Kel Green 10-2610?
Even for urea, I didn't know it had a performance bond because when they award you is when they notify you with the conditions of the award. So for urea, the conditions of the award was 10% performance bond. But for Kel Green, there was no condition on the award.
In the general terms of the contract and the terms of tendering,
yes.
There was nowhere where it was indicated it was mandatory to provide maybe a bid security and performance bond before signing the contract. There was nowhere.
I can't recall, Chair. I can't recall reading that for that product.
Is on, so it can.
Yeah, thank you very much. The issue of performance bond, if we withdraw the performance bond, I don't know whether we're asking the right person the right questions. Because that question should go to NCBP, who is the procuring entity. They are the ones who set the conditions. They are the ones who receive the performance bond. They are the ones who release the performance bond. So I don't know whether we're asking the director the right question. And in exceptional times, unless the director is a youth,
no,
or the company belongs to women, that's the only time they are exempted from performance bond. So the withdrawal was irregular.
Yeah, Senator Mandago, what we are doing is because, you see, we are not telling Collins to take liability. He was not the one who issued the tendering entity. But by the time we get the NCPB here, maybe Collins will not be here. Yes. So it's better to give the information when he is here. If it was withdrawn and they are gleaned, it's the NCPB matter to make sure that the public is covered. But for the information purposes, Senator Mandago, I think we have the witness here. We can ask as many questions as we can.
Yeah, so, and Chair, that's also what I wanted to say about that performance bond, and this is the last comment that I'm going to be making on performance bond, is that I take a position, and I could be wrong, but I take the position that in this tendering, perhaps the line of divide between MEMS and NCPB is very blurred. That it's not clear, you know, it's not, perhaps MEMS has access to a lot more information about this tender than is available to everyone else. And lastly, to respond to my colleague respectively, I actually I stand on a higher threshold on the matter of the performance bond. Him is at the level of irregularity. I'm standing on a pedestal of an illegality.
On which page it is, so that we would know exactly the conditions of that tender.
So those documents are not there, and we'll be issuing maybe direction later on this. The documents about the tender documents are not attached. You have not seen any tender documents attached, but we'll also proceed, but we'll be asking for the original documents. So, MEMS, there is one question I want to ask you. In this submission, na nitauliza kwa Kiswahili, unaweza jibu na Kizungu, uenda umetuletea hii document ambayo katika page 54 kuna permit to use the standardization mark. Hii ni ile ya KEBS. Hiyo ndio umetupatia hapo. Wakati ulikuwa unafanya tenda kwamba ilikuwa ni lazima uwe na S-mark wakati ulikuwa unaleta mbolea hii 2610. Ilikuwa ni lazima. Ongea ndio tukusikie director.
Yes, yes sir.
Ilikuwa ni lazima.
Yes.
Ulisema kwamba ulipeleka stakabadhi katika tender document tarehe 15 Disemba mwaka 2023. Si ndio?
Yes sir.
Na kwa hivyo ni kusema wakati unapeleka stakabadhi nakala za tenda unapeleka katika wizara yoyote ama mahali popote, huwezi ongezea ama ukatoa documents ambazo umeweka kwa hiyo Zambuni. Kweli uongo?
Kweli.
Sasa nataka uangalie tarehe ambayo the standardization mark ilitoka. Inasema kwamba ni tarehe 31 mwezi wa kwanza mwaka 2024. Ukweli ama uongo?
Kweli.
Hiyo ni kusema ilitoka baada ya wewe ushamalizana na kufanya zabuni ya tenda ya mbolea ruzuku.
Ukweli.
Wakati basi ulifanya zabuni ya mbolea ruzuku na ukapewa na ilikuwa ni lazima uwe na hii barua ambayo ilitoka baadaye, ulipata kivipi na hukuwa umetimiza kanuni ama zenye zilikuwa zimewekwa katika ile sabuni? Kwa sababu mojawapo ni hii certificate kutoka halmashauri ya ubora bidhaa ambayo imewekwa hapa, ambayo ilitoka katika Januari mwaka huu, na tenda ulimalizana nao mwaka uliopita. Ulikuja kuipata vipi? Kwa sababu hii ndio inaonyesha ubora wa mbolea ambao ulikuwa unafaa kuletewa kulima kupitia katika magara halmashauri ya nafaka. Usisahau hiyo. Na sababu kubwa ambao tunajua kwamba mwenye alikuuzia mbolea hakuuza moja kwa moja ni kwa sababu hii nakala ilikuwa inatakikana na hakuwa nayo. Kwa hivyo yeye hakuenda kuuza kwa sababu angepita katika ile zabuni. Wewe ulipita vipi bila istakabadhi?
Okay, let me answer Senator Wambua's question. I don't have a preferential treatment. I submit a tender like anyone else to the institution. And to you, Honorable Chair, there's an award letter I mentioned for a product called SSP, which he gave me documents for, which I submitted and got the award. So I wrote a letter to NCPB and told them that the nutritional, we were called for a negotiation in December to negotiate on pricing because NCPB wanted to get the best prices in the market. So as part of that negotiation,
Collins.
Yes. I want to explain to you, Chair, so I understand.
No, hizo unajua kwa sababu ya muda.
Yes.
Mimi niko tu, nataka tu unijibu swali.
Yes.
Hiyo mambo ingine tumesema kwamba hao kama ndo walikuhusu ni sawa, atakuja kuelezea.
Yes.
Mimi nikuuliza tu swali rahisi.
Yes.
Mwenye alikutengenezea mbolea ya ruzuku.
Yes.
Kel Green Chemicals.
Yes.
Hawakuweza kuleta zabuni ya kuuza mbolea ya ruzuku katika halmashauri ya nafaka kwa sababu hawakuwa na stakabadhi ambayo ni lazima wangetoa ili wapate hiyo mbolea.
Yes.
Lakini wewe ulipata hiyo bila stakabadhi ambayo inatoka kwa KEBS, iko na dates, na ulipata baada ya zabuni ya tenda kumaliziwa kufanya ukaguzi ama evaluation na ukapewa. Hiyo ndio swali nilikuwa ninauliza, kwa sababu kama ilikuwa ni lazima uwe na hii stakabadhi, ufai kuwa katika hii maneno hata uleta mbolea, kwa sababu tayari kwa KEBS kukosa kupeana hii stakabadhi kabla Disemba, walikuwa nafaa kuhakikisha kwamba mbolea ambayo atatengeneza yeye itakuwa inatimiza kanuni zote ambazo zilikuwa katika ile zabuni. Na kwa hivyo wewe ulipita tenda, ni kama kusema ulienda shuleni kabla hujazaliwa. Haiwezekani. Ulipita tenda kabla hujapeana stakabadhi ambazo zinafaa. Collins, ndio unauliza ilikuwa vipi? Kwa sababu na kama ujui useme ujui, kwa sababu wenye walikupitisha pia watakuja hapa kuelezea. Ulipita vipi?
There is an award letter I told you I got for a product called SSP. I think in around December 21st. No, and I think it's, let me just refer. In January, I wrote to NCPB telling them that the nutritional content of that fertilizer is less, and I asked them if they can award me a fertilizer that I bid for.
Chair,
Yes.
Chair, I think the problem could be maybe the message is being lost in translation. Collins is speaking in English. You are addressing him in Kiswahili.
I've understood.
Let me put it this way.
Yes.
You have tendered for 10-26-10.
And SSP?
Wait. Oh, Collins, relax. Okay. 10-26-10 in November.
Yes, in December.
In December.
Yes.
One of the requirements for that tender is to have the certification for the mark. Is it S?
S mark, yes.
S mark, right?
Yes.
Which you the time you are tendering and getting the tender, you don't have. The person that you go into a contract with to manufacture for you has tendered for others that don't require the mark, the S mark, and he has gotten. Now you have gotten the tender for 10-26-10 without the requirement of that mark, and the mark comes to you at the end of January after you have tendered and you have been issued with the business. The question that we're asking is, and you heard me saying, the relationship between you and NCPB, the line of divide is very blurred. Did you write another letter to them and told them,
No.
This thing can come later, you should also allow it to come in after the fact?
No.
What happened?
No, they awarded me a product called SSP. So I wrote back to them telling them that the nutritional composition of that fertilizer is very low, and I requested if I can be awarded 10-26-10.
Is that letter that you wrote to them attached here?
No, it is not attached. But I have it here. I'll provide.
Seems
it.
that
Is it your business to advise them on the quality of fertilizer they are supposed to?
No, it is because in the negotiation they say that SSP is not a product that they will need. That is why
it actually affirms what he's saying, that your relationship is actually special because now you are advising the procuring entity on what to procure.
No. It's even
and what you possess, and maybe also advise them on the price.
No, sir. Even KEL was not given an LPO on the same SSP because the nutritional composition is too low. So I also got an LPO for the same.
Are you an expert in chemical industry?
No, sir. Even KEL was given the same.
What are your qualifications?
I'm an ICT expert.
ICT?
Yes, sir.
So on documents, maybe the next question I should be asking KEBS is whether this document is an original, self-generated.
No, it's original.
It's an original.
Yes, sir.
But you seem to actually to be very good in making things happen and then forwarding the documents later.
No, sir. It's only that even KEL were given the same product and we went for the same negotiation.
Without wanting to take you back, Mr. Collins.
Yes, sir.
I had read some couple of years ago,
yes,
you were in the news for all the wrong reasons. Have you changed? Have you become a better person?
No,
Point of order, Chair. Senator Matinga, you must use the correct and the parliamentary language.
I withdraw that, Chair. I want to say I read in the newspaper.
No.
I'll table that. I'll forward. I have them here.
Table it first.
I'll table them as
Senator
Chair.
Matinga, you must table it before the chair before you make the allegation.
Okay. I'll forward it to your WhatsApp and then I continue making the allegations. Is that in order? I'll forward it to the clerk.
Authentic.
I'll forward it to the clerk right away.
Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Chair, for that intervention. I was going to ask Senator Matinga to actually use a parliamentary language, but also remind him that a number of us here, other than being senators, we also do some work, but we are not trained in that sector. And he knows what I mean. Thank you, Honorable Chair. And if he also wants evidence, we can also be asked for time.
Chair, I beg to be informed by my fellow senator what he means.
That one, I think
we are going to lose this debate because Senator Matinga is not under oath. He is not being questioned for anything. So we cannot use that route to defend a person that the only thing we need from him is information. And if that information he thinks is injurious to his character, he can say as much. He can say, you know, that one, but let senators ask questions. Let senators probe. In the process of that probing, we will get information.
Chair, you must also define what a friend of committee is, because it seems that this inquiry has a lot of conflict of interest, and some of the friends of committee sitting here as chair are conflicting us, and we may choose, if the friends of committee are enough, then we may as well exonerate ourselves from the process, and then let the friends run the show. Chair, thank you very much, Chair. With due respect. And you know I'm a committed member of this committee, Chair, and you know that we moved around, and Chair, we are not going to allow members who have friends here to come and suppress us. No, Chair, that is not going to happen. Senator with all respect, the Chair.
Senator Matinga, I think you are very much aware about the standing order 105. And that is the statement of the facts. While this committee and the chair doesn't engage in trying to silence any member or any other senator to comment, we should also know that the Agriculture Committee sitting is an extension of the Senate sitting. Therefore, statement of facts should apply. And Senator Matinga, I have no problem with the question asking, but at least with a little bit of use the parliamentary language. We are not ganging anybody.
The parliamentary language, Chair, you know I withdrew.
And the chair has ruled Senator Matinga, so let's proceed with the questioning. Collins, I think you are saying something.
So when I wrote the letter requesting for them to substitute, I then was called for an award letter. As you are aware, even Senator Mandago spoke about the shortage of fertilizer in the country. So I think that must have been what informed them, but they will be here to speak for themselves, because there was actually a serious shortage of planting fertilizer at that time. So, but NCPB can come and respond.
You see, Collins,
yes, sir.
The shortage of fertilizer that has nothing to do with lack or failing to comply or to follow the procurement process.
Yes.
Even we normally have shortage of drugs, saving lives. Yes. But we have the procurement law to be followed. So this issue, the reason why we ask those questions is the nexus between you winning the tender, which the manufacturer couldn't win. That's the question. The manufacturer couldn't win because he didn't have some certification. But for you, you won without it. That's why, and Senator Wambua asked whether there was some preferential treatment. If you look at it, you win without some documents, create commandatory document. Then you are allowed to withdraw a performance board. So that's why Senator Wambua was asking, could you regard yourself as having or getting some preferential treatment during that tendering process?
No. Client chair is also advising NCPB on the quality of fertilizer. You know, these things are very conflated, my friend. You are also telling NCPB this fertilizer is of low quality. Let's up our game. These things bring questions to us, and as I said, and maybe actually this is the last time I'm going to address this issue. The only reason why I'm here on a Friday at 5 is because I want answers to a puzzle that this country is trying to unravel. That's the only reason I'm here. I don't know you, we've never met. I just want information. That's what I want.
Okay, Honorable Chair, my counsel has advised me that a performance bond can be recalled by or replaced with an agreement of both parties. So that is according to the. So maybe that's the law they used, because the contract that was given for urea is not an LC-based contract. It is a consignment-based contract. Then for 102610, as I've mentioned.
If you may allow me.
Yes, sir.
I don't think what Collins is telling us is correct. And even the council, as per the document you submitted. And if he continues here, you allow me 1 minute to trace the page, because I think I'd read about it.
Okay. You see, Collins, we have been asking you questions here, and Whatever the council is telling you is also not clear.
Chair, I found it, if you may allow.
Yes, Senator Mandago.
In their own documents on page 21, performance security. A performance security has been required at 10% of the contract sum, totaling of 10,750,000. The supplier shall issue specific performance bond for the fertilizer, where the letters of credit have been opened. If you continue, Chair, the second part, 18.4, discharge of the performance security shall take place at Nairobi on 30th September 2024. We have just, we're in April. So, Council, I'm sure you submitted the documents yourselves, unless this is not your document. Thank you, Chair.
Anything to say about it? And also, you'll also, as you answer that, you tell us whether there was any tender security that you provided, because not attached in your document when you did this tender, the tender security.
Yeah, we submitted the bid bond.
Yes.
Then I think Senator Mandago, you are referring to page 37 or 21 of the contract.
Collins, I think you are a little bit casual with your answers.
Yes, sir.
You supplied the bid bond. Is it in your documents?
No, the bid bond is with the procuring entity because you submitted it in the original format. So they have the tender document.
So you already have the tender securities with the procuring entity. That is NCPB?
Yes, it was a preliminary requirement for the tender.
Okay.
Yes.
You can answer, Senator.
So, Senator Mandago, I think you're referring to page 21 or 37. 37 that I've written via hand.
Page 21.
So this tender, according to my knowledge, was according to was a consignment, yeah?
On the agreement.
On the agreement. I've seen it, yes.
In fact, Chair, it is on the agreement.
Yes, I've seen it. But this was on, we requested to do it on consignment as well. So I signed the contract and they handed me the contract. They didn't ask for the, and the performance bond was not part of the award letter that was given to me, because it's always indicated in the award letter.
But Collins, on the same, yes, that is the general condition of the contract. Yes. That is 18.1. This is 118, which says a performance security shall be requested.
Yes.
And I know you are an IT expert. What's the meaning of the word shall?
Shall is not optional. You must provide. It's like must.
It's like must?
Yes.
But for you, you say you provided and withdrawn.
No, this is for 102610. 102610, I don't think needed a performance bond.
This is the... Okay, there is the urea one, that's needed a performance bond. But now, this one, the special condition of contract, that is for the...
For 102610 did not require performance bond, Chair.
Collins, this is what you have tabled, and I am reading. If you go to page 27, 28, go to page 27, then you go to page 27. Yes. You are there, Collins?
The handwritten page number, yeah?
27.
Okay.
The contract says, which says that it was made on 26th day of January 2024.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And this is the tender for the supply of NPK 102610 plus 10 plus 10 calcium whatever and magnesium whatever plus 50,000 bags. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you telling me this section 2 on the special condition of contract? GCC 18.1.
Which page?
Page 37. from your own documents. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm there.
Go to GCC 18.1 of
Yes.
that document.
Yes.
And read.
I've seen it. Just
read what you submitted. I know you are trying to screen the phone. This is what you brought.
No, I want to do a calculation because I think it's a typo. Because the total value of the contract is not 10. This is not 10%.
Collins,
yes, sir.
You never prepare the tender documents. It's for the procuring entity.
Yes.
The chair is just telling you just to read GCC 18.1.
A performance security shall be required. A performance security shall be 10% of the contract totaling 10,750,000. The supplier shall issue specific performance bond for the fertilizer where letters of credit have been opened. But this one did not have a letter of credit because it's a local product. So I think this must be a typo because even it's not 10% of this contract.
You see, if it was a typo, you are supposed to clarify via an addendum, and you know that.
No, I didn't read this section. This section of this contract here.
Yeah, can I ask?
It is mine, yes.
So you are telling us this is your signature, but yet you did not read. Collins, are you taking us for a ride?
Chair.
Yes? I think we proceed.
Chair.
How do we proceed? Senator Siango.
Sorry, I was doing the calculation, yeah? So I see the performance should be 21 million, not 10. So I think the procuring entity should clarify on this. Because to me, it looks like a typo. The contract was, the total value of the contract was 215 million. So 10% is 21 million.
When did you give us these documents?
I handed it over today.
Today?
Yes.
And you have spotted a problem?
Yes.
How many days have you been having these documents?
I've had it for a long time.
Yes. So, Collins, let's stop this drama.
Okay.
We know exactly what you are doing.
Chair, please.
Let's proceed.
You know, since we started this session, I've not said anything. And I'm pleased to have found a man who can assist the government today. You said it yourself. Chair, the way we are going, I'm seeing Collins is treating us casually. So casually. My proposal, Chair, is that we adjourn this session, we go and study these documents carefully, and we recall him to come and treat this committee in this house with the decorum and respect it deserves.
Chairman,
I submit.
I think I'll be issuing a ruling on that, Senator Siango. But there is one question that I wanted to ask Collins, that there are two batches between 8th, which with an agreement which was done on 8th March 2024, and the other one this one was for 500,000 bucks. Was there any trader? You told the document that you already given us, and the contract that you signed was for 50,000 bucks. What was the requirement for the original tender of which you were given 50,000 bucks?
The original requirement was 616,000.
616,000. What was the reason that you were only given 50,000 instead of the full amount which you had tendered for?
I'm not sure why they awarded me that. Maybe they wanted to see whether my capacity to deliver.
Okay, and from what you are saying is all the fertilizer that you delivered, you bought it from Green.
Yes, I've only supplied one type.
That is 102610.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
All of it you took it from Green.
Green, yes.
And how many bags did you supply on that tender regarding 102610? the total amount of the fertilizer to deliver to NCPB, how many bags did you take to NCPB?
I finished the first contract, which was 50,000, and then I subsequently delivered 17,000 and 19,060.
So the total number was?
60,000, 19,070. So the total is 69,070.
69,000?
And 70, Mr. Chair.
So for 2010-26-10, you just applied the same amount of fertilizer that you bought from Kel Green?
I bought it from Kel Chemicals Limited, yes.
Kel Chemicals, sorry.
Yes.
Chairman Kel, MD, you have heard what MEMS have said. Is it correct that the amount of fertilizer that was applied by MEMS, all of it?
Yeah, 69,670.
Okay, Senators, another question? So that we...
Chair, there was a request for adjournment, and we
yes,
will pursue that. But because you have asked that question, then we can also ask one or two supplementary questions. So the initial contract is 610,000, is it?
616,000.
16,000, right?
Senator.
Then you are initially given an LPO for what? 50,000?
I was given a contract, an award letter and contract of 50,000 bags.
50,000. So did you get any other award after that?
Yes, I got another award.
Of how much?
Of 500,000 bags.
500,000 bags.
Yes.
Was there any variation on anything? It was the same thing.
They negotiated for a price reduction by 10 shillings.
There was a negotiation.
Yes.
Downwards, right?
Yes.
And then you ordered how many bags from?
500,000 bags from Kel.
And then?
We only delivered this 19,070, and that's when there were issues raised by farmers.
Okay.
Yes.
So according to you, it was 19,070.
600 were recalled, Senator.
Collins. Are you also a mind reader? You have so many things, my friend. Can you just wait for me to ask my question? So he says he manufactured and delivered 19,670. You say they manufactured and delivered 19,070. Who is telling us the truth? I mean, both of you, one of you must be telling us a story that does not add up.
Once he does deliveries, because he does manufacture and delivery, he sends me dispatch information, which I then use to upload on Mezzanine. So the dispatch information that I have from him totals to 19,070. The 600 was recalled, and I think it was taken back to his factory. It was part of what was cancelled on dispatch.
I've submitted in my report, and I've put with the delivery notes and all the details we have, and we've submitted in them. 19,670, which we can...
Do you know anything about anything that was recalled?
No.
And brought back to your factory?
But whatever recalled, we already issued the credit note, and we can even present the statement also.
You have documents to prove that
we have delivered. Documents we can prove. Yeah.
Do you have documents to show that 600 was returned to his factory?
I use the information on the Mezzanine system that is run by the government.
Ask a direct question, Collins.
Yes, sir.
Collins, please.
Yes.
He has documents to show that he delivered to National Cereals and Produce Board 69,670. Do you have documents to show that 600 bags of that delivery was recalled? It's a yes or no question.
Yes, I have.
Where are they? Are they attached here?
No, they are in the office, and some was sent via WhatsApp by him. So he sends me the dispatch information, Senator.
That's my question.
Yeah.
Chair, I just have one brief question, and then maybe you can make a ruling on Senator Siego's request. Collins, what is your relationship with one CS Mithika Rinturi?
I have no relation with him.
And you're saying that under oath?
Yes, I have no relation with the senator. With the minister, sorry.
Okay. Okay. What is your relationship with PS Rono?
I have no relation with the PS Rono as well.
Okay. And you're saying that under oath?
I say that under oath, Senator.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think before we finish, there was one question which was to be asked to the MD for KEL chemicals by Senator Mondegi before we broke. So I'll give Senator Mondegi an opportunity to ask that question to you, an MD. Then you can be brief on it, then I'll give direction from there.
Asante, Chairperson. Swali langu ni kwa director au MD. Wakati uligundua mambo imeleta shinda, fertilizer imekuwa na msukasuko ni mbaya, na tunajua kuna mambo ya security. Ndio hii mambo isikuje kuangukia wewe ama isiangukie MEMS. Kuna pahali popote ulienda ukastaki either kwa security au kwa police au kwa CID ama ofisi yote, ndio tujue ukweli ulikuwa namna gani. Asante, Chairperson. Hiyo ingine nauliza MEMS.
Yes, jibu hiyo, alafu MEMS.
No, I've been arrested that day. I've been arrested for that day.
When the issue came out.
So
when the issue came out,
you were arrested already. Okay.
After that,
okay.
they were arrested.
Okay, Senator Mondegi, the other question to MEMS.
Asante, MD. Thank you. Director for MEMS, swali langu. Director anasema fertilizer yake ilikuwa mzuri yote. Kuna njia yote unaweza kuwa ulikuwa na makaratasi ingine ambaye ni fake, ambaye ilikuwa nimeandikwa Kenkel. Ya pili, wakati Kenkel alikuwa peleka fertilizer kwa kila cereal board sote katika Kenya, kama Embu alipeleka 2,300, pale ingine akapeleka hivyo katika Kenya, kwa sababu ilikuwa mingi. Delivery na invoice ilikuwa imeandikwa jina gani na ilikuwa imeandikwa gari ya nani?
Thank you for that question, Senator. I did not manufacture or deliver additional bags of fertilizer. All documents were I had my own delivery notes, and he had his own delivery notes as KEL, because he used to do dispatch at the factory. So he used to dispatch with 2 delivery notes, one for KEL and another one for MEMS. So both of them were signed, and I always went to his office to pick my copies, and also copies of invoices and delivery notes from his office.
Wakati uligundua, kwa sababu sio siku ya leo, miezi kadhaa imekuwa na msukosuko, MEMS amepeleka fertilizer mbaya lakini ilikuwa imeandikwa kampuni zingine, ulichukua hatua gani ndio uweze kuwa cleared? Kwa sababu automatically unasema fertilizer ilikuwa imeandikwa Kenkel lakini sio jina lako, lakini wewe ulikuwa ni supplier. Ulichukua hatua gani ndio uweze kujua kwa nini amefanya kazi mbaya ama kazi nzuri?
When I got complaints from farmers, it was on 19th of March. On 20th of March is when I got my complaints from Elder Maravin. They said the depot manager and the head of marketing said that one farmer had come to the depot complaining that 2 bags were not similar. I asked her to send me the photos, and I went to Diveshe's office. We made a phone call to the lady. She's called Nelly. She's the marketing manager. I called Nelly, and Diveshe was on speaker. Devesh said that that fertilizer is fake that the farmer was producing, had returned to the depot, and he said that the driver might have tampered on the way. So I told Nelly, if the driver might have tampered, then maybe it will have 2 seams of sewing. But he was the one who is in charge of delivery, and there was no time for the driver to do any tampering, because we have time of when the driver left and when the driver arrived on location. So after that is when I now push diversion, the reason why there was a problem. It is when he now confessed that there was a problem, and he wrote me an apology letter, and I told him we meet at Mr. Kimote's office, because he had told me that there was a problem at the factory. So when we met at Mr. Kimote's office, Mr. Kimote called his managers to the office, all his top managers. And that is when Mr. Devesh confessed that he had put organic matter in the fertilizer. We were then asked by Mr. Kimote to go to the office of the president so that we may clarify some issues that may arise. Then we were asked to go into the boardroom where we met the KEBS manager, the PS for trade, PS for agriculture. Felix joined us later. He also confessed in that meeting that he added substandard material. Yeah?
When you say Felix, who's Felix?
Oh, Felix, the head of public service, joined later.
Oh,
yes.
He did?
Yes, he joined us later. So that is when he now confessed again that he put organic matter in the fertilizer. And that's when I was arrested with him.
Allah?
Chair.
You're saying the head of public service is also
part of this.
Part of this.
So what are you saying? You're dropping names, you know?
So
Felix, you know, Chair, you realize that he's even dropping names, first names, you know, Felix. So Felix, what is his role in this? I would want to understand, what was his role in this?
Let me clarify, yeah?
No, you said Felix was in the meeting between yourself, her, him, and that, is it?
Mr. Kimote.
Kimote. So what was Felix doing in that meeting?
Can I talk, Senator? We were, when he confessed to Mr. Kimote at NCPB that he had put organic matter in the fertilizer, Mr. Kimote was shocked. And he could not believe that that had been done without authorization of NCPB. That is when he told us that we need to accompany him to the office of the president, because he was having a meeting and we may need to provide additional information on this development that had come up. So actually, Senator Mandago found us in the waiting room.
We understand why Senator Mandago. That's why he is
Senator
here.
Mandago.
We met him in the waiting room.
No. Did you say Senator Mandago, our colleague, the one who has been sitting here?
A friend of the committee.
A friend of the committee. Chair, I want protection from you, Chair. Senator Mandago reacted over proportionally to what I did. And Chair, I wanted to be put on record that Senator Mandago sat in this committee without having declared his conflict of interest. I want that noted. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, na hiyo ndio niligusa Senator Kiroshe juu ya ile kampuni nyingine, akawa yeye mwenyewe alitoroka na kuna watu walisema hivyo. Nikimaliza si person ya mwisho Senator
Mudige, I have not given, just wait, listen. You know, we have to be orderly. The chair is on the chair. So,
Chair, please allow me to clarify.
Humble request.
Senator Siengo, I think...
I had requested for adjournment. You did not honor it. Allow me to ask a question.
Senator, also, as I told Senator Mondig, I'll give you an opportunity to do that.
I was on the floor questioning him. If you can just ask me to allow me to just finish.
Yes, you finish, then Senator Mondig, then Senator Siengo to ask the question.
So there is a problem with a product that you have supplied through KEL to NCPB, and the head of NCPB is shocked to realize that there is cow dung in that product, and he wants a resolution to that issue. And naturally, where does NCPB report? What's the line ministry?
No, he just
I asked her.
The Ministry of Agriculture.
Yes, please, Collins. This is a serious matter, Collins. So he does not take you people to the line ministry to deal with this matter. He takes you straight to the office of the president and brings in the meeting the head of public service to do what at that stage? To rectify what? What is the head of public service supposed to do with a dispute between MEMS, Kel Chemical, NCPB, and KEBS? KEBS, he says KEBS was in that meeting.
By the way,
KEBS
Chair,
was in that meeting.
without wanting to interrupt my colleague, can the MD KEBS confirm that that meeting that was held in the office of the president and chaired by none other than head of public service that indeed attended?
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, members. I wish to confirm as follows that I was called for a meeting by the head of public service. It was a meeting between MD KEBS, MD NCPB, the PS Trade, and PS Agriculture. And we were meant to go and brief the head of public service on what was happening about this fertilizer. But when we went there, I first met in the boardroom my PS Industry, the PS Agriculture, and the MD NCPB. And as we were waiting to meet the convener of the meeting, that is when the MD NCPB said that he has some people waiting to see the PS Agriculture. And that is when the two gentlemen, for the first time, I met him, the MD Kel Chemicals, and Ngetich MEMS. For the first time, that's where I met them. And he started giving us the story about this fertilizer. And he confessed that he changed the formulation of the NPK and added some manure, one container which he claimed he had brought from India, added into the NPK.
Chair, this can be
all that was happening
you have to stop there.
in the absence of the person who had...
You have to stop this one there. This committee should do better. Two private companies, heads of two private companies, they go to meet the PS for Agriculture, not in the Ministry of Agriculture, but in the ministry, in the office of the president. They walk in to strangers, because she's saying she never knew them. They walk into strangers, and what they begin saying, the MD for KEL starts talking to strangers and telling them, you know, I have done some strange business. I have brought in fake fertilizer. I have supplied. Come on, what are you taking us for? A person that you are meeting at the first time, without provocation, starts talking to you people about a fake business that he's doing. For what? Can you also confirm that it is after that meeting that he was arrested?
Can
you
Chair,
confirm that is after
yes, that is what I want to confirm. Chair, I want to confirm that this meeting, we didn't expect any other person in the meeting, but the MD, NCPB brought the two.
Who was the convener?
Left them at the
MD.
waiting room. The convener was head of public service.
So
and when he brought them into the meeting, the head of public service was not in the meeting. And I will also confirm that when the head of public service walked into the meeting, the first thing he asked, who are the two strangers in this meeting?
Okay, can you confirm that, MD Kell?
Yeah, he said, who are those two?
Yes? Speak up.
Yes.
So you are confirm what she's saying is what happened?
Yeah, they said, who are those two?
Chair, I think I would request you to rule on Senator Siego's request.
Yes, Senator Matinga, you are finished talking. That's why you are reminding me that. And you have no further questions. And so I think with the consultation with my colleagues here, we will make some announcement and an additional information that we need. Then we'll adjourn the sitting. And we can call you as many times as possible. Kwa hivyo, mkienda mjipange, we may call you 10, 20, 30, even 100 times until we will deal with this matter and get the solution. Even if Jesus Christ comes, that's when you leave it. But for now, we have to get to the bottom of this matter. So we can call you as many times as we can, wherever we can call you, so that we make sure that the farmers of this country get what they're supposed to get. So, first of all, MD camps, we took our samples in several depots for all the other fertilizers which were delivered. Not only Kel Green, not only the ones supplied by these people. Although I'm saying that I know there is SLDR. You have not been implicated anywhere. So you can go and play a player. Next time you are the one we'll give you an opportunity to start to say something. But your fertilizers, there is no complaint about it. That's why we are not engaging for now. It's not yet. And that's why I am telling KEBS, we took our samples for all the fertilizers, which and those stores. Every bit of fertilizer, we took samples. We will not disclose which government laboratories we have taken them, but we have the results. We want to corroborate the results with your results. The reason that we didn't take these samples to a different place is because we want to get the right information to us. So what I can ask you, Madam MD, when you go, when can you avail the results of all the fertilizers that you took the samples? All of them. And we are meaning all of them. The one brought by all the 11 companies. When are you able to bring them back the results?
She consults, remember we had already given them 7 days. We had pronounced ourselves on the date. So we'd said 7 days. So unless now you want to vacate that position.
So we are saying that, first of all, for all those who submit the documents, you'll come with the original document for us to come and verify, and for the committee to produce original documents. For you, Netich, there are so many documents which are not in your submission. Maybe some of the questions that you are facing, you'll not be facing them if you put all these documents together. Take your time, not very much time. Within 7 days, please furnish this committee with it. We'll still give you back your original documents. It's not a problem. So the MD, we need the original documents that you have, also the chemicals. Bring the original documents that you have within the next 7 days. That we will be able to move forward. We did invite Mavuno, they are not here. We also need to see their tests from KEBS. We already have our tests with us. And we will not share it. I had said before we will share it with you, but we won't share it until we get your results also. from the same samples. So with that,
Chair, before you make a ruling, because I can see that is where you are heading, have you denied me a chance to ask a question? I had requested.
You see,
you are denying me everything.
You see, Senator Bev, you are the one requesting for adjournment. While knowing too well if we adjourn, you'll ask no question. So if you can ask the question and we proceed, or you can allow me to adjourn. The chair has given you that choice. So with that, the chair adjourns the sitting until any other day that will be communicated by the Secretariat. And in furtherance, any invitation that has been done by this committee to answer the same issue, thank you very much for coming. And we wish you a very happy weekend. Thank you very much. The sitting is adjourned.